back again. Just got a little review to go over. I turned on looking for a little EDC light for a while. Trying to put together a new little EDC kit to turn on and have. Some of you know I'm into the prepping and stuff like that, obviously, and going up to the cabin all the time. And I've been trying to find a nice little light to put in my bug out bag. You know, I've got my headlamp and all that kind of stuff that I use all the time, but I wanted something really compact and something small and something unique. So I turned around and was talking to ThruNite, and as I know a lot of you probably ThruNite lights, but they actually turned around and sent me the new Ti3. It's been out now for a little over a year, but I gotta say, for a small little EDC light, I'm very impressed. It comes, if you haven't seen before, a nice little tin, and in the tin you get they turn around and send you, you got the what they call like the lobster claw hook on it, and the little chain. I don't know how well that's coming out, guys. Like I say, I'm out in the bush, so what I'll do is I'll put a shot at the end of the video when I'm back home and go to edit the video. I'll lay it out on the table so you can see it much clearer, but you get an extra little O-ring and stuff like that with it as well. And then inside, obviously, you get your little manual, which I'm just going to take out. Now, the really cool thing that I loved, before I get into the specs and stuff of this light, is that when it comes in the case, that's how small it is. It's got this little tiny pocket clip on it. So, you know, you could pocket clip it into your pocket, or, you know, under your gear, or whatever you want it to do. But the thing that I've seen a lot of people talking about and loved is that it's actually got, if you pull the clip off, it's actually got a little groove on this side as well. You can actually turn around and put, oh, I turned it on while I had it in my hand there. You can actually put it on so it's this way, and the benefit that that gives you is you can actually attach it to the brim of your hat, if you wear a hat, and you basically turn around and you've got a headlamp. If you're like myself and the smoke's going in my face from the fire. But the cool thing with this one is that if you turn it once, it goes into what's called firefly mode. Now, I'll leave that on my head just so you can see. Now, I'll do this later tonight too in the dark, and we'll look at the difference. But in firefly mode, it's 0.04 lumens, and it'll run on 115 hours, and it's just a little AAA battery is all it turns on and takes into it. Now, on the setting, you just turn it back, it'll go into medium, or low, and on low, it's 12 lumens at 6.3 hours that it'll turn around and run. And if you go one more, as you can tell, that's high. You can tell, I can see it in the glare in the camera screen. That goes on high. It's 120 lumens. That just blew my mind away. 120 lumens for such a small little light. And now, it says, according to this, by the battery, it'll run a half an hour. That it'll turn around and run on that setting. Now, the cool thing with it is if you go in low, medium, high, low, oh, there, it jumped automatically. You turn around and go in the strobe. Don't want to kill anybody too much, but strobe would be nice. Kind of the main purpose of a strobe, in my experience and in the past, you know, with military and stuff like that, is it's more defensive. So, you know, if you're out in the bush or whatever the case may be, you know, animals, it's not a guaranteed and it's not a science, but like a bear, coyotes or something like that, they're not used to seeing stuff like that. It really screws up their eyes and their vision because of the fact that, you know, they are nocturnal animals, and you know, they can see in the dark better than we can and everything else. So that strobing light all the time really messes them up, and chances are, you know, it could work as that kind of defensive that, you know, they're going to get the hell out of Dodge and they ain't going to stick around. Because they don't know what the hell it is, and they don't want to stick around looking at it. Now, the other cool thing with this light is that it is waterproof. I'll go down to the river. Oh, little stream because it's dried up so much. But I'll show you, we'll actually turn on and drop it in the water. Now ThruNite does turn around and say that with it, it's got the waterproof IPX8 standard, which if anybody knows what that stands for, is basically there's a whole standard the companies can turn on and use for waterproofing. It's actually waterproof to 2 meters, which is 6.5 feet. Now, as well as it's also impact resistant, and it's 1.5 meters or 4.9 feet. Now, for myself, that's not bad. You know, I kind of like the idea of that. And unfortunately, I don't want to do it. I mean, I'll do it from here kind of thing. You know, if it drops, you know, you're not going to have to worry about it turning on and breaking. You know, it's still going to turn around and work fine. You know, the light's going to come on. The only reason I don't want to put it through a crazy impact test and stuff like that is because I actually love this light. And I'm glad that ThruNite sent it to me because of the fact, like I said, I want to add it to my EDC kit. But it's nice knowing that that option's there, that if you got it in your hand or whatever like that and you drop it, you know, it's not going to hit the ground, or if it hit, you know, if you're on pavement or whatever, if you're in an urban survival situation, let's say, it's not going to break and you're not going to lose the only light. If that was the only light that you had, you're not going to lose the ability of using it. And like I said, I'm not going to do it any higher. I'm 6'3", so by reading this, if it was on my hat and it fell off, chances are, I mean, I personally think the way the construction of it with aircraft aluminum and stuff as the body's made from and everything else, that it's not going to turn around and break, you know, unless you were like dropping it constantly all the time or something like that. But like I said, I don't want to beat it up. I'm actually very happy with it, very proud of it, to turn around and get it. Now, what was I going to say? Am I missing anything important? So yeah, like I said, it's a AAA flashlight. Max output's 120 lumens. The 4 output mode, Firefly, low, high, and then the hidden strobe. You know, the LED, it's using a Cree XPG2 R5 LED with a lifespan of 20 years. That's, right now in lights, from what I've seen and from what I've researched, that's definitely one of the better LEDs that are out there. So it's amazing to think that they turn around and put that kind of LED in such a small little compact light. As I mentioned before, it's a AAA battery. The dimensions of it overall, it's 70 millimeters in length. 14 millimeter is the head diameter. Weight itself is only 12 grams without the battery. You know, it's got the OP reflector for the light, hence why they can get such a bright light. And the beam that comes out of it, like I say, later tonight in the dark, we'll actually see that. I'll show you the difference. And yeah, so like I said, on Firefly, it's 115 hours, low at 6.3 hours, which for me, that's fine. And that's the big one that I'm looking at. You know, most of the time, if I'm going to be out and about, you know, if I'm going to use it out on an outing or something like that, probably low would be the one I would use more than anything. For the EDC purpose of why I wanted such a small light was the fact on the Firefly at 115 hours, that's amazing. And that's the big thing that I love about it, because of the fact of, once again, in an EDC bag or a bug out bag, you know, you're only going to be using that Firefly for doing like map reading or something like that. You know, if you're in a spot, you really don't want to be portraying a big light, because, you know, once again, common sense, anybody's around, you don't want anybody to know where you are. So the Firefly is a lot easier to hide in the dark than a normal size light. But anyway, I'll just pause right here. We'll go down to the little stream that's here, like I said. We'll throw it in the water, and we'll see that it's still on. And then later tonight when it gets dark, we'll turn it on and do the actual test and see how far in the woods this puppy goes. So stay with, I'll just pause and we'll go down. You can just barely make out the beam. I don't know if I turn it that way, if you can see it. She's still on. She's in the water. Alright folks, so here we are. It's about 11 o'clock in the evening. As you can see, I don't know how well this is going to come out. But, so what I've got it in right now, I've got it attached to my hat, and this is Firefly. Now I'm holding this right in front of the camera. I'm standing right behind the camera, and I have it attached to my head. So on Firefly, like I said, it's 0.04 lumens. It lasts for 115 hours. I don't know if you can see that or not in the pamphlet. So now if I turn it off, turn it back on. Now it's medium. So at medium, we're low. We got 12 lumens. Lasts for 16.3 hours. And as you can see, I take it off. Kind of don't know how well that's gonna. We got some fog going here too, so my camera's kind of acting up. And it's not the greatest in dark, but that's not bad. You know, on low. For here, I know the camera's probably not giving it much justice, but it's perfect for if I had to walk around in the bush for sure. And if I turn it again, oh, let's see here. Bear with me there, folks. Okay, there we go. There's high. A little hard, like I say, I've got it attached. I don't know if it'll make a difference. I'll show you. Just kind of come up front, get it on the lower setting. So there's Firefly. So if you got the pamphlet or whatever, like I said, you know, or map, you can turn on read. And if I click it again, here's medium. I don't know if that's coming out in the camera. I'm trying to turn my head sideways so you can see I just have it attached to the brim of my hat. And if I turn it again, you go to high mode, and as you can see on high, it's amazing. I mean, this just lights up everything. Like, I can see perfectly fine. You can see all around, not a problem at all. And then if you go, sorry, 1, 2, 3, there we go. Then you got that crazy strobe, kills the eyes. So it's pretty amazing. There's high there. Definitely is an EDC light. Like I said, it's more of a backup and emergency light because I got the headlamp and everything else, but it would be just something to have that, you know, it definitely does the job. It's just insane to turn on and think for the size of it. But, so that's kind of it. It goes pretty far. I mean, that tree, I don't know if you can just make it out there. You can just make it out in the camera. The bigger tree right there, that tree's probably, oh, I don't know, I'd say it's roughly maybe 8-9 yards to that tree from where I'm standing at. So for me, that's not bad. I'm totally impressed with it. That's that high. So as you see, it lights up really well. It goes past that for sure. I mean, you can almost see up there to the, I don't know if you can roughly, the camera, like I said, guys, once again, sorry, my camera's terrible at night. You can see there's a tree right there that's kind of down. That's probably, oh, I don't know, say maybe 12, 15 yards, somewhere's around there. So for a little AAA flight, she does the trick. Well, like I say, I'll turn around and close the video with a small, before I put the video up tomorrow online, is I'll put all the pieces out on the table, like I said, where you get the keychain and all that kind of stuff, and show you all the different parts and stuff. But like I said, it's definitely a great little light. I'll also turn on and put a link as well to ThruNite, as well as on Amazon and stuff like that, if anybody's interested in checking it out. So anyway, till then, take care. See you in the next one. So folks, here I'm just at the house, and as I mentioned, just a little quick at the end of the video of what actually comes with the Ti3 ThruNite. Obviously, you have the little manual, like I mentioned. It was out in the bush with all your instructions and stuff, and how the light works, as well as how to put the battery in and stuff, which is pretty straightforward and pretty simple. Comes in a nice little tin, and then the light itself, as I mentioned, you get an extra little O-ring. You've got a little ring clip that you can turn on and put through on the back of the Ti3, or the little clip here with your chain, and then the lobster claw clip. Now, from what I've seen from other people turning on and talking about, these chains are actually really not the strongest chain in the world, and they've been known to break or whatever. So what most people do is, that I've seen, is actually use this ring. They'll put the ring through the flashlight and then actually turn it on and put it through the lobster claw itself, and that way there it's attached firmly and no chance of lose. I mean, you could also, if you wanted to, you could put the ring through the flashlight and just attach that to your key ring if you wanted to attach to your key rings or whatever the case may be. But anyway, so once again, that's the Ti3. I hope you enjoyed. Like I said, once again, thank you for all the support, comments, and likes. Definitely make sure that there's the links down in the bottom of the description. So if you want to check out this, you know, like I say, I'm totally satisfied with this light. It's just an amazing little EDC light, and I give you the links where you can look if you want to get one for yourself. So anyway, once again, Peter from FSBushcraft. Take care.